And when they are multiplied, we need their summation at the top. That's what it means. And at the bottom, I need two things multiplied under the square root. So I need to figure out these two. So this is going to be the summation of x minus x. So that is this one squared. So the next column will be xi minus x bar squared. We'll find the summation, right? Then yi minus y bar squared. We also find the summation. So the formula in statistics determines how long your table will be. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Understand? And you don't just put anything you don't need in the table. So the first one, what is x minus x bar? Negative 3. Immediately we can do the square. 9. The second? 0. Third? 1. This?
-2, 4, 16.
Okay, let's talk about y bar. yi minus y bar, yes?
5, 25, 0, 0, -2, 4, 0.
Anika, do you understand what is happening? So why are you quiet? I know some people might have problem with math, but what I do not like is the attitude of, I don't care. So when others are talking, it is also expected of you to speak out. And same goes to those two boys. Thank you. Yes, the next one?
0, 0, -3.
What?
-3.
The last column here will be taken care of by King, Ryan, and Anika. So everyone be quiet. Yes, if you're ready. What's the first data here? What? -15, 0, 1. What? Okay, you be quiet now. You be quiet. Ryan, finish up. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Great. So, we need the summation of the product, which is this. So what is that? Everybody. -29. We need the product of the squares. What is this?
30.
And this?
40.
What?
38.
So, now we can finish up our work. So R, correct it here, but maybe I just come here, okay? So R is equal to the summation here. This is easy, -29. And this is 30 times. Can you put that in your calculator and tell me what the final answer is?
-0.85.
-0.8589. Okay, let's do 8589. So how is that 858? 360 figure will be 8.859. And that's what the calculator is giving you. But back in the days, this is what we go through. Of course, we're allowed to use calculator to figure them out one by one. But imagine if this is wrong. It's going to affect this, it's going to affect this. And our life is pretty messed up. 4 hours exam, one stupid number ruined maybe 40 marks for you.
Oh.
Because this is going to tell us your interpretation too. And what do I mean by the interpretation? Focus now, everyone, and Carolina as well. The screen. Like I said earlier, the value of R is between -1 and 1. If R is equal to 0, it tells you there's no correlation between the two variables. That is the one with scatter diagram, no direction. Remember, under direction, we can have positive, negative, or no correlation. Or some people, sometimes we can say zero correlation. R will give you that value. Once R gives you 0, it means there's no correlation. Understand? If R is not 0, R cannot be more than 1. Once your R is equal to 1 point something, you have done something wrong. Maybe in your calculator, instead of 15, you put 150 mistakenly. Go back and check. R can never be more than 1. And R can never be less than minus 1. So you shouldn't get minus 1 point or plus 1 point. Maximum 1. Minimum -1. Every other value is allowed within the range. Understand? When your R increases from 0, it's a positive correlation, but the degree increases. How positive it is. We will look at the various classification next. Okay? As the size, okay, look at this. A value of R close to this indicates a very strong correlation. It's a strong correlation between the two variables, close to 1. And the one close to 0 indicates weak correlation. Okay, it could be positive weak, it could be negative weak. Do you understand? It could be positive strong, it could be negative strong. Depending on how close it is to plus or minus 1 or 0. Okay? Now, this is the table which I think I'll print this for you. You can stick in your notes. I know it's a bit, let me, well, just scroll. You see, perfect and positive. You remember I said the word perfect earlier. R is equal to 1. Perfect and positive. R is -1. Perfect and positive. It means on the scatter plot, all the points follow a line. Please, R is not the gradient of the line. Don't get it twisted. R is that measure of strength that tells you how strong, moderate, or weak the correlation is. It's the measure of that strength. And if there is no correlation, R tells you, oh, there's nothing here. R is not the gradient of the line. Okay? Between 0.95 and 1, it is not perfect, but it is what? Very strong. Similarly, between, so it's the other way around. Negative that, like this. It's the same.
Yeah.
Of course, you can't say minus this, then less than 1. It's not possible. The smaller number here followed by the bigger number. Is that not?
Yeah.
So in this case, you see that 1 is excluded. There's an open interval here, but it's a closed interval here. Be careful.
Yeah.
Because once 1 is included, you're talking about the perfect case. And it's no longer perfect if it is not 1.
Yeah.
Is that clear?
Yeah.
See, the word very is removed now. It is now strong. Can you see? Even though it is strong, even this level of the strong, very. That's why I was asking the other time, how strong is your strong? Do you understand? Correlation between variables gives 0.95, another gives 0.99. Come on, there's a difference. This is the case of the judge that I was talking about earlier. Judge A and B gives us a correlation coefficient of their ranking to 0.99. Another judge gives 0.5. Another judge gives 0.8. So you go to the one with 0.99, oh, these two judges agree more. So let us consider their result in selecting the finalist. Do you understand that? That's what our teacher makes us do then. Though there are 3 judges. Of course, we know there are 3 possibilities. A, B, A, C, and B, C. So we calculate R 3 times. And then we comment, oh, these 2 judges agree more. Therefore, we can use their result, or the organizer can use their result in picking the finalist. Even though your number 1 may not be my number 1 when you rank the contestants. But then we can find the average and then pick, because we agree more. There are 3 people making the decision. You go with the 2 that agree more. You understand that? So again, You can have moderates. Remember we talked about weak, moderate, strong, right? Moderate. Then weak. So moderate is in between. Then the weak, once it is between 0.5 and this, you can have very weak also. Okay? And after very weak, 0 is not included, but of course 0 means no correlation. Do you understand? So it starts from perfect and then 0 correlation. And in between you can have very weak, weak, moderate, strong, very strong. Understood? Perfect. Followed by?
Very strong.
Very strong. Followed by?
Strong.
Followed by?
Moderate.
Followed by?
Weak.
Followed by?
Very weak.
Finally?
0.
0 correlation. So if I'm giving you a text, I might ask you to fill in these words, just so you remember. Or ask you to match which one is which. Or ask you to fill in the gap, so I know if you remember those category of strengths. This is very important. So you see, to calculate, calculator will do it. This is now to interpret. That's why my third objective at the beginning of the class, I said to calculate and interpret. Is that understood?
Yep.
All right. So can I give you this first? You can skip number 1 because it involves a lot of calculation. Pick 1 and pass to the back, please. Number 1 and 2, skip that because give me 2 back because of Joey and okay, give me this. Okay, thank you. You can skip number 1 and 2 quickly. I don't know why this paper is still here. Pick 1 and pass. I didn't ask you to distribute. Pick 1 and pass. So first of all, you are going to plot scatter diagram. Go to number 3, everybody. Go to number 3 quickly. That table shows the number of supermarkets in 10 towns and the number of car accidents that occur in these towns in the last 1 month. So you have number of supermarkets and number of cars. So please plot the scatter diagram. You can put, the way I arrange it, leave it as X and Y. So put the number of supermarkets on the X-axis and car on the Y-axis. It's usually arranged that way. Understand? So you can see number of supermarkets, the highest is 15. So count how many lines I put there. You have to be able to have a right scale. I put 16 lines. It means you can have 1 1 for each. Is that not?
Yes.
But if you look at the y-axis, the maximum is 40. How many lines do I have there? 10. Isn't it? So it means each one is more or less 4. Right? But can we have 0 for the first one? Would there be enough space? Would there be enough space if we have 0 for the first one?
Right.
Check. Oh, is enough, right? Great. Okay, so 0 on the scale of 4, then 0 on the scale of 1. Okay, plot the scatter diagram. Then use your calculator to calculate R. Identify the outlier in the data. So let's take about 5 minutes to do that. One of them.
Oh, one of them.
Goes on the wall now. when you are done, can you use this calculator function to plot a scatter graph and check? If you have done scatter diagram, raise your hand. You're still there, it's too slow. Okay, I've seen some people, good. So if you are done, use the calculator function on the board and plot the scatter diagram and check with what you have on your paper. Make sure you label the axis. When you label, no need for bracket. So label. It's not like additional information. When you label, put it in the center. Okay? Put it in the center. It's Ryan, it's going. Good. Number, we don't use NO. We write in full. Okay, it's official. Here also. Put the label. Very good. No, I didn't ask you to draw a line. Did you read the instruction? What does it say? Spell what? Draw. I didn't write draw the diagram. Read what it says. Draw a scatter diagram. I never said draw a line. Okay? Please check your point very well. Label X and Y axis accordingly. Mr. Marco, your axes are not labeled. That's not X and Y. The data is not X and Y. We just call it X and Y axis. The data represent number of supermarket, which should be here and here. Okay, number of supermarket and number of car accidents. That's the label.
How do I say the points? Do I just write the outlier is open bracket 3,
Yeah.
comma 37?
Yes.
Okay.
To identify the outlier, you tell us in terms of coordinate of points. So you can say something like maybe 5,2. The outlier is 5,2, something like that. And if there are 2 outliers or more, you can identify all of them. So once you have done that, please use the same list 1 and 2. Okay? You just draw the scatter graph. Have you done it, Ansi? Have you completed the question? You remove the outlier and find the R again. Have you done that? Found already, great. So you want to try number 4? So this is all we're going to do today.
Which one?
Number 4 is long. I think you should do that at home. Try number 1. Ansi, try number 1. We'll do line of best fit next time, so we won't do it today. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Ray, is it
Yes.
possible to have the correlation strong, very strong
On the board?
like so,
The chart for the
describe
very
the
strong.
relationship?
Oh yeah, okay. You want that? No problem.
Thank you.
I'll get it printed for you and maybe pass it out later today.
We need to memorize this, right?
I wouldn't say memorize. You just need to, you should know when it is very strong. Like, yes, sir. Just write it as coordinate. I said that just now. The outlier is minus 5,8. The outlier is A, comma B. Something like that. Okay?
Oh, it's like that.
Or we can write it the way it is presented. Oh, the outlier is 5 supermarkets and maybe 3 car accidents, something like that. Okay? Or you can just write as coordinate. I accept both. Once you are done with number 3, please go to question 1 and try to do it the way we did on the board. And I put the space there, x bar. You don't need to write, just write summation x over n in number 1, because I've already put that for you. So at home, make sure you do number 2 and number 4. When we come next, oh, there's no next week.
Mr. Daniel, can you check my C?
C.
Yeah.
Identify the outlier. The outlier is that. This is fine.
No, not that C. The bottom C.
There's no bottom C. There's only one C.
No, there's 2 C's. Oh, that's an E? Okay.
Maybe I need glasses.
Oh, yeah. I'm
Okay.
blind.
Do you think there's a causal relationship between the variables? I said no, because the number of accidents does not cause supermarket. What do you mean does not cause supermarket?
They're not causing the minus to open.
When I press it, it's the other way around.
So this is, I need to say both sides, right?
What do you mean both sides?
No, because I need to say the number of car accidents not cause supermarkets to open.
What do you mean not cause? In what way? I get what you mean, but in what way?
It doesn't affect.
Yeah, you can use the word affect.
And so this works, right? If I change not
Just phrase it properly. Well, I get what you're trying to say. Yes, Carolina?
Could you scroll down?
Yes, ma'am. Just come next time and scroll it yourself. You can say the number of supermarkets is independent of the number of car accidents, or the number of car accidents is independent of, something like that. That does not cause. You can use the word independent too. Oh, Texas Instrument guy.
Yes.
Sorry, dude.
I thought you have a guide or something.
I have Texas Instrument manual too.
Can you send it to me and I'll just look at it myself?
Okay. I forgot we have a Texas guy here.
Yes. Can I go get my laptop so I can download it?
Yes, sir. No, you don't have to download it now. Class is almost over. I'll just send it to you later. So just focus on the work in the class.
Just do it manually.
No, don't. Don't listen to him.
No.
I need to use my own calculator.
So TI, is it plus C?
Yes.
Here.
What?
That's the one.
Yeah.
So when I open now, it should give me Texas Instrument. Yeah, that's Texas Instrument.
Okay. That.
Oh, Mr. Daniel, do I stop?
What?
Do I stop?
No. We're not gossiping, it's fine.
I mean, you never know.
You never know, that's true. Don't worry, we all been in trouble, that's fine. If we go to jail, we stay in the same cell, that's fine. We continue our math.
I don't think so.
Yes, are you done, Mr. Texas?
I am looking at it.
Okay. Is it bold enough?
Well,
Did you say there was?
what do you think? This is with logic here.
Everybody
Do you think
done?
There would be a causal relationship.
With number 2?
You do not know.
Oh no, number 3? Raise your hand if you finish number 3. Okay, so that's like less than half of the class.
Do you think there's a
So what's the problem with number 3?
car accident?
Guys, can you stop?
Right here.
Can you stop?
Sorry.
Number 3, raise your hand if you finish. Raise your hand if you still have problem with number 3. No problem. Okay.
I can get A and B and Y, but I can't find R. And it did exactly what it says.
Well, I don't know Texas Instrument, but bring it, let's see. Can you bring it?
Oh, I think I need to press
Okay. If R is not shown, turn on diagnostic by pressing mode.
Yeah, but I think I didn't do that.
They know Yanko won't get R, so they put that there. So that's for you, Yanko. Especially for you.
Oh, it's that one.
If we're looking at example, we have a table we provided, it's missing a block and you add it.
No, you can't.
Oh, there you go.
You can't miss a block. The space should be there.
But you get
You can't miss a
0.5
block.
seconds.
Are you missing a block?
For the first
It would
one.
be perfect.
Good, okay.
Yeah, you even have more than.
Okay, I
That
got
was
it.
me inserting that. An IB will be more OCD because different committees will have vetted the question before being sent out, so you can't miss a block. So don't create a block.
1.
You're supposed to do 3, then 1, then the rest at home, but apparently everything has to be done at home now because it's 10:25 on the dot.
Are you sure? What if I finish this semester?
I'm out of here. Okay, guys, so that's all for today. Will Joey and Kelly be in school today later?
Yes.
All right.
They're both in school. I think
Okay.
they're having a special.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Before lunch, I think.
Can anybody give them this? Okay, thank you. See you, Miss Kadina. Can turn that off now.